Lesson 2, Ventway Sparrow operation. I'm going to take you through the operation of this mini-size turbine, EMS and transport ventilator. In this lesson, we'll be looking at the operation, which will include connecting the ventilator, navigating the interface, and getting started with its use by understanding the ventilation parameters and navigating the main menu. Let's connect the ventilator. The ventilator must be connected to an electricity supply. The ventilator can either be powered by a mains electricity adapter or by using a rechargeable battery pack, which can be charged using the mains adapter of the Ventway Sparrow. The battery pack is inserted like this, making sure that the battery pack lock is applied. The ventilator can also be connected to an external oxygen supply for higher rates of oxygen delivery. A pressure source for air is not needed because this ventilator is driven by a turbine. Only an oxygen supply source is needed, which can be delivered by a valve connected to a pressure source by a disc cable. Now let's navigate the user interface. To navigate between the screen options, turn the knob. When you have navigated to the desired option, press the knob to select the option. Here are the common icons used. Let's navigate the graphical user interface, or GUI. Press the back button to return to the previous screen. Press the next button to move to the following screen. When a message is displayed by the system, it allows you to confirm or cancel a response. Press the X to cancel and reject the action, or the tick to confirm and accept it. To monitor the battery status, these are the icons used. Indicators displayed on the user interface. C, cough detected, shown as a red C. If a cough is detected, the ventilator will ignore the patient triggers for 1 second. You'll notice this on the user interface. T, patient trigger detected. When the patient takes a breath, a red T is shown. Z, pressure sensors are currently being zeroed, shown as a red Z. While zeroing sensors, the ventilator will not detect a patient. When using the alarm, the bell with a cross indicates the alarm is silenced. While the alarm is silenced for a maximum of 120 seconds, this indicator is displayed, and the number of active alarms is displayed in the next icon. A bell with a red cross indicates normal operation. The icon also serves as an activation button. Pressing it will open a list of up to 5 active alarms by priority. The first screen that appears with the logo allows you to identify whether the display is working properly. Let's take a look at the patient circuit provided with the Ventway Sparrow. An approved HME and antibacterial filter must always be used in order to protect the patient and ventilator from infection. You must assemble the filter between the patient and transducer. If this is not possible, then between the ventilator and the patient circuit 22mm connector. The adult patient circuit is indicated for use for patients weighing over 15 kilograms and is 1.8 meters long. The pediatric circuit is for use for patients between 5 kilograms and 15 kilograms. The Ventway Sparrow is not suitable for patients below 5 kilograms. Each patient circuit has a built-in PEEP valve. PEEP can be increased by turning a valve clockwise and reduced with an anti-clockwise movement like this. Now let's do a circuit verification test, or CVT. Turn on the Ventway Sparrow using the power button located on the rear. Ensure the oxygen supply is disconnected. Connect the patient circuit to the ventilator ensuring that the flow sensors are connected securely. This can only be done in one way. Remove the blue stopper from the patient end of the circuit and press tick using the knob on the user interface. The system will activate the blower and verify the device functions and components to make sure that they are working properly. This includes the patient circuit, the sensors and electrical components. The entire test should only take around about 12 seconds. This will be indicated by a percentage wheel on the circuit verification test. Once the test is complete and passed, the ventilator is now safe for use. We will cover test failure and reasons for it later on during this session. The disconnect patient screen. The Ventway must be tested again with a new circuit before it can be used for a new patient. Note, if the main menu is selected instead of OK when turning on, the start option will be unavailable since the weight of the patient is unknown and ventilation parameters are based on weight. If the self-test fails, the user is advised to check the following. Check the oxygen demand valve is disconnected from the ventilator. Check that there is no oxygen reservoir connected. Check for a dirty or obstructive inlet filter. Check the patient control tube is connected properly with no disconnection or rupture of the tubes. Check an HMA filter is not connected. And finally, check the patient is not connected. Let's take a look at the quick start option after the CVT has been completed and passed. When quick start is activated, the highlighted symbol will appear in the weight selection screen. Once selected, ventilation will start based on predefined parameters. Note, setting parameters must be performed by a qualified person under the guidance of a physician. Setting the patient weight. Rotate the scroll knob to select the patient's weight. Setting patient weight will automatically set all ventilation parameters, as parameters are set by weight. Choosing the ventilation mode. Select the initial choice of the ventilation mode. This can be either SIM VC, VC PC, SIMV, PC, or CPAP, PS. After ventilation mode is selected, select invasive or non-invasive or nebulizer as a form of ventilation. You will then be prompted to connect the patient and press OK to start the ventilator. The ventilation parameter screen shows the relevant information for the patient, which is updated in real time. You can select BPM to change the breaths per minute delivered, select VTE to change the desired VTE, select alarms to view the current active or silenced alarms, select graph to display the pressure or flow graphs. Select manual breath to give one breath to the patient using the current parameters. And finally, select menu to display the menu screen. Note, the set BPM is displayed outside of the brackets. The actual measured BPM is displayed inside of the brackets. VTE and VTI are displayed as part of the graphs, screens of pressure and flow. In non-invasive ventilation, the ventilator is programmed to compensate for loss of volume due to leaks from the face mask, iGel, LMA or endotracheal tube. Pressure and flow graphs. The display shows graphs for the pressure of units of centimetres of water over time and a flow of units of litres per minute over time. Rotating the knob will switch between pressure and flow graphs. During sensor zeroing, diagonal lines are drawn on the graph to indicate no input from the sensor. Let's take a look at the main menu screen. The menu screen allows you to view and set various values within the system. Let's have a quick overview what can be done from the main menu screen. Stop or start ventilation. This stops or starts the respiratory function of the device. New patient. This will allow you to view the disconnect patient screen and reset the selected parameters. Vent parameters. Here you may view the patient weight, the ventilation mode and the parameters. Alarm settings. Set the threshold for which the alarms will be triggered with this option. And advanced settings. Set advanced settings such as trigger sensitivity and technician mode. Let's go into a bit more detail and start with new patient. Choosing the new patient option in the menu screen, we will reset the parameters and change the display to the disconnect screen, ready for a new patient. Vent params or parameters. These screens allow you to set patient weight, ventilation mode and other parameters. Trigger sensitivity. Set the trigger sensitivity for the flow and the pressure measurements. Caution! When closed suction catheterization is performed, patient trigger sensitivity must be turned off. Another caution. During transport ventilation, when the patient is often moved and subject to abrupt bumps, it is recommended to decrease pressure triggers in order to avoid auto triggers. For example, you can go to -5 instead of -2. Alarm settings. The alarm settings screens allow you to set threshold values for each type of alarm. Within the advanced settings, you may choose from the following options: low defaults, brightness, alarm volume, language and tech mode. Tech mode allows the settings of the time, the total hours of operation and a system self-test function. You can set the time and date using the navigation wheel and pressing the knob. You can also access work hours. This screen will give you the total amount of hours that the ventilator has been in active use. At 1,500 hours, the ventilator must be serviced. And finally, the logbook screen shows alarms, indications, and user interaction with the ventilator. Thank you. But please do remember to refer to the user manual.